music. So I kind of dig music when I'm writing. I frequently have earphones in when writing trails. And I know some people have some differing opinions on that. I know some people, when it comes to kind of like gym work and exercise and getting the most out of your efforts, are like dead set against music because it gives you an edge. Not really an edge, but it enhances your performance. It's been proven by science that if you exercise with music, your perceived rate of exertion is lower than the exact same effort. Exercising with music, things feel easier. And it kind of makes sense if you have like a repetitive tempo, cadence-based exercise, like running, rowing, cross-training, cycling, and you've got a rhythm and a tempo to run to. It just makes things easier, things kind of flow and jive slightly better. And yet, some people see it as cheating. They see that you're not putting in the effort or the psychological toughness required to get the most out of that effort. And not many cyclists see it like that. And for those that do, I don't understand that at all. I mean, in a sport where so much of it is the equipment you're running and weight gains and marginal benefits, and then I don't see music as any different. Some of my best kind of times on some of my favorite trails have been with music, scrolling through a playlist until finding that perfect track and then dropping in and flowing with the music, on the music and the trail. Just you get to the bottom and you look at the time later on Strava and you've knocked 24 seconds off it when you've been kind of like playing around the same 5-second time for the last year. What made the difference? Music. Now there's a safety element to riding with music. I do not and would never recommend riding on a road with earphones listening to music because you can't hear the traffic. You're completely shut off, and when you're surrounded by cars that are going to kill you, as soon as you have music on, it's just, for me, a little bit of a risk too many. If there's something wrong with your bike, if your drivetrain's grinding, or you've got a rubbing disc or a creaking bottom bracket, you're not going to know. But chances are you kind of know about that stuff anyway. So again, I don't really see much of a deal with it, but sometimes I don't ride with music. And I've written quite a lot on the blog, have a look down there, you see it, about stopping when riding and just being in the moment, taking in your surroundings, being mindful of where you are, and just kind of letting it all soak in. And music kind of stops that. You kind of like brings you into yourself and just focus on the effort. And sometimes that's good. You're on a training ride, or you're just wanting to go for a nice kind of like fun kind of like trails and a little bit of distraction, great. But sometimes I'll turn that off and I'm just let it all sink in, listen and just be there. But that can be an exact same ride when I've used that same music to get me to the top of a trail without feeling so beat up by the end of the climb. Needless to say, this doesn't work on social rides. And a group ride, if you're listening to tunes, you're just antisocial. Another big part of it is, what are the tunes you're actually listening to? Like if you're looking for that performance benefit, you know, I've got like a gym playlist like most people do who spend some time there, and those kind of tunes, the kind of high tempo kind of tunes, loads of different genres, kind of like dance, metal, electronic, you know, all kinds of stuff coming together, and that kind of helps in the gym. And I'll listen to the exact same playlist if I'm going for a training ride or if I need a little bit of help kind of getting to the top of that climb without feeling so shit by the top of it. And I think part of that is kind of like this, for me, is like the psychological kind of link between that exercise effort and then the effort on the trail. And if I listen to something different, it might not work in the same way, but I kind of find the exact same music that works for me in the gym works on the trail in the same way. So that's kind of like my kind of thoughts and kind of the music that I'm listening to. Like if I put, I've got some Patti Smith on there, for example, but I've also got some Prodigy. But I wouldn't have Leonard Cohen or Jethro Tull, but I would have some Pink Floyd. So everyone's mix is going to be really specific to them. And sometimes if I'm not in the right mood for it, or if the music isn't the right music, I'll be like skipping through tracks, or sometimes I've just taken off completely because I've just found it irritating. But 9 times out of 10, if I've got music on, things just feel that little bit easier. So I'd love to know what other people's thoughts on music on the trail is. So let me know in the comments if you do listen to music and what are your like top 2 or 3 playlist tracks for out in the trail or in the gym. And if you think music on the trail is like the antithesis of what it's all about and you hate it and you hate those, let us know as well. If you don't like music, let us know, whether it's for safety reasons or you just think it's missing the point. Anyway, but I'll put some of my favorites in the description down below, and yeah, let's see what you're listening to as well. Get some good ideas, build a new playlist. Hope you enjoyed this little kind of ride along, and as always, see you in the trails. You may not hear you creep up on me, might have headphones in. Thanks for watching.